Hello again, everybody. Welcome to Highlands. Tonight, the Highlands Lady Rams against the Deer Lakes Lancers, along with the Dean, Mike Choma. This is Mike Pavlik. Ricky Saffer's upstairs. Dean, a Section 1 matchup. It's the last section game of the year, but everything's kind of settled for these two teams, at least.
Well, as far as the section goes, you're right, Mike. Number 3, Deer Lakes. Number 4, Highlands. That's not going to change no matter what. But we were looking forward to seedings, and we were taking a look at some of the other teams. Highlands being a 4th-place team, probably going to get a 1st-place team. Could possibly rank, I think, 13th seeding-wise if they win their last 2 games. That's a big if. So, yes, it doesn't mean anything in section, but you take a look at the bigger picture, it certainly means a lot for Deer Lakes, too. Naturally, again, every game now means something as far as seeding. Pairing meetings next Tuesday. Exciting time for both teams.
Yeah, it will be. Well, the most interesting thing about tonight's game is that even though the 4 teams are set from Section 1 in the playoffs, including Deer Lakes and Highlands, if Highlands loses tonight, Indiana gets in, so the game's actually more important for a team that isn't even here and not even participating.
They don't play tonight. Drew thinks they're coming down. He says, I'd be glad to take their admission from them to watch this game. Very interesting, though. Indiana twice, Mike. The game came down to the final play. Last week, Highlands wasn't successful. They had 5.8 seconds to go, couldn't get a shot off. But when they played here, Indiana up 3, fouled Ashton Johnzak. She buried those 3 foul shots. They went in overtime. So, again, they split during the season. I think it's an important game for Highlands tonight, too, Mike, because they haven't beat a team above them. Okay, Mars, Hampton, they own 4 against them. Deer Lakes beat them out there. So I think it's important they beat a team above them tonight. Deer Lakes knows that. They're going to come prepared to play, too.
Now, speaking of the Lancers, first-year coach Dave Petriska is in the head coaching chair for the first time after being an assistant, and he comes by his job in a very interesting way.
Yeah, his mother left. I like that. That's one way to get it up. But, yeah, his mom went back to Mars where she coached for years, and they had 2 meetings this year and came up on the wrong end of both of those. Now, it's interesting. Dad, Jim, who I went to school with, he's cheering for son Dave. He said he was his wife long enough, he's going to cheer for him. But after he lost to his mom, he went on a 6-game win streak. So maybe something was learned there. Very interesting dynamic. They're going to go to Pairings community together. How you like that?
Even better. Yeah. Well, the good thing is they know that they won't be playing each other in the first round because that's not how the Whitfield does it. All right, so it should be a good one here tonight. The Deer Lakes Lancers and the Highlands Lady Rams, and it's coming up right after this. All right, back with the starting lineups. First for the Deer Lakes Lancers, number 3 is Anna Solomon, a 5'3" freshman. Number 10 is Alexa Burke, a 5'3" junior. Number 13, Jessica Philistine, a 5'8" senior. Number 20, Mackenzie Caxer, a 5'9" senior. And Brooke Kapinski rounds out the starting 5. Number 45, a 5'8" junior. Eddie's sitting far away, but I'll still get him.
Sophomore, number 21, Renee Sabula.
That's Renee Sabula, 5'7" sophomore.
A junior, number 32, Naya Thomas.
5'7" junior Nia Thomas.
A junior, number 33, Nicole Boda.
Nicole Boda, a 5'7" junior.
A junior, number 20, Ashlyn Jones. Senior, number 12, Kayla Bill. The Rams are coached by Drew Dwangak, assisted by Kylie Corcoran.
Thank you, Eddie.
There we go. Eddie's in the house. Eddie, he's the only PA announcer in the AK Valley that gets applauded after he's finished.
I never do.
Neither do I. I don't think it's fair.
Conduct an investigation.
We probably should. All right, so here we go. Let's see what we have here. Deer Lakes is 12-7. They're 7-4. They've got 3rd place locked up. Highlands is 11-9, 5-6. They've got 4th place locked up. The only thing that can be different, as we mentioned in the pregame, if Highlands loses this game tonight, Indiana will be dragged into the playoffs as the 21st team in the AAA draw. And that's the only other thing that could happen. There's only one other outstanding playoff spot to be determined. That's out of Section 4. Elizabeth Forward is playing Bell Vernon tonight. The winner is in, the loser is out, and that's it.
Coach, ready?
Highlands comes in averaging 49, giving up 41, 8-point differential. Deer Lakes 46, giving up 43, 3-point differential. So, chances are, Mike, we see a game tonight in the 40s.
You're probably correct about that, Dan. Everything seems to be pointing that direction. Here we go. The Lancers win the tap. They move right to left, dressed in their traveling green uniforms with the white and the gold trim. The Rams in the home whites. This is Burke left side. Out the Philistine at the between circles. Now left side, that's Kaxer. Brooke Kapinski's 45. It'll be interesting to see the differences in styles between David and his mother. That he said he wanted to go a little faster when I read some of the pregame material. But if you look at the stats, they're scoring one more point a game than they did last year. So they may be going faster, but it hasn't translated into points necessarily. Now we got a jump ball as Kapinski went up. And the arrow belongs to Highlands at 7:25. The officials tonight: Bridal Pearson, Alex Speck, and Jason Roth.
Pressure right off the bat. Again, Deer Lakes likes the pressure.
Here's Boda stepping into a three, and it's down. Nicole Boda makes it 3-0 Highlands.
She had a big game last week against Indiana, Mike. She had 18. She had 3 3-pointers in the second quarter. Unfortunately, like I said, they could not get a shot off to attempt to tie the game, and they fell by 3.
Here's Kapinski. Right side, that's Alexa Burke. Took a look at the basket, but didn't shoot it. Now Philistine. Out to Solomon. This may be one of these offenses where everybody must touch the ball once. Nice pass inside, and Kaxer can't get it to go. Gets another try and the offensive rebound, and it's 3-2.
And when that happens, Mike, I say anybody that knows basketball appreciates that.
Now Sabula, the Rams easily break the press. Boda steps into a three. It's off to the right, missed it, and it's going to set off a fast break for the Lancers the other way. Now Solomon goes corner to Burke. Out top to Kaxer.
58-30 the first time around, Mike. 28-point looking at Deer Lakes. Highlands like to try to avenge that tonight here.
And since the Lancers have moved up to AAA here during this cycle, Highlands is 0-3 against them. And that's all going to change next year, probably. Nice move by Kaxer to the backside with the scoop shot, and the Lancers take the lead 4-3. We'll take a look at that on Monday, where Highlands might be looking at some of the local teams that may be with them if all stays the same. Now a jumper by John Zach has missed. Thomas had the rebound, no good, and rebound Deer Lakes.
Kaxer makes a senior. We'll probably see her in the Cajun class.
It could very well. Jess Philistine also, both outstanding players. Now Philistine's going to step back. Lets a three go, missed it. Rebound Thomas for Highlands, and Rams push it. Thomas all the way to the basket with a reverse layup. Oh, off the rim, won't go. Rebound Lancers.
Nice, had a little speed there, Mike.
Lancers bring it across. This is Solomon, the freshman.
Highlands only senior starter Mike Kayla Bill. Sure, she'll be in the Cager. And they will be on her on Monday. We'll be here for that.
That's coming up on the 19th of March right here at Highlands. It's Cager Classic. The 18th, the night before the Friday, will be the skills competition. Always a fun night had by all. Whoa, now it goes past to the corner. Thrown by Kaxer. It's a turnover for Deer Lakes at 4:46 first quarter, and Highlands leads at 4-3.
So Hampton, Mars, Deer Lakes, Highlands in Indiana question mark.
Indiana question mark. Indiana are the biggest Deer Lakes fans.
Nice pass.
In Western PA tonight.
You got to call a foul there. You got to call
the travel. Jason Roth did.
Well, it's chicken or egg, Mike. I thought there was chicken first, then egg. I thought you got bumped, then foul. How'd you see it?
I thought it was a foul.
Thank you.
I did. But the only person with a vote, Jason Roth, said it wasn't, so that's all that matters.
Yep. Straight man-to-man for Highlands.
Here's Kaxer. Looks for help. Right side to Solomon.
Like more and more pro basketball teams are playing this high pick and roll.
Yep. I was watching that last night, and they said it's so high last night. John Zach went in. His shot.
We're waiting.
Good basket.
Yeah, it's called a blocking foul.
It is.
That's as good.
And the foul's going to be against Alexa Burke.
She picks up her first.
John Zach gets her first two, and Highlands takes the lead. Yeah, last night I was watching the Wizards Warriors game, and they
put up the horn sign,
and they were setting it way out top. I mean, 30 feet away. John Zach completes a three-point play, and the Rams lead at 6-4. And Steph Curry was ridiculous last night. That is appointment television.
25 in the first quarter, was it?
He ended up with, what did he end up with? 51, I think he had, or 54. And he had 12 threes, which is one off the NBA record. Now Boda, long cross court, but it's tipped away. The size matchup over there by Caxer, and she goes into the bleachers.
As the seat, guess who walks into the frame there, Mike?
Mike Desort did.
Mike Desort, and guess who's shaking his hand? An interested spectator.
Is it Brian Nee?
Yes. Brian coached both at Highlands and Deer Lake.
That is true. I forgot about that.
Let's see. Third Deer Lake's turnover. Highlands committed 1 so far.
3:49 left to the first quarter. Highlands leads at 6-4. This would be a nice one to put on a resume, as you said. 3 ball by John Zach is off the rim. Rebound Boda gets, and she's going to be called for the travel. It's kind of the same type of deal as before.
Who travels the hard way, Mike, via getting whacked.
Yeah, but this would be a nice one to put on the resume and send it to Green Tree on Tuesday night.
Beating somebody above you in your section.
Kapinski puts it on the floor. Lost the handle. It's out of bounds. Highlands basketball at 3:24 first quarter.
According to most people here, Mr. Ross hasn't got anything to break yet. 4 turnovers now.
So Cibula brings it up. She had 10 rebounds in the Rams' loss at Indiana Monday night, Renee did. John Zach with 13 and 11.
Seems like if you move your feet, no matter how hard you get hit, you're going to get called for travel.
John Zach all the way to the basket, put it up. A lot of contact, no whistle.
Threw a foul there.
Rebound Deer Lakes.
Kapinski gave her a good whack.
Now Solomon with a long 3 off the rim. Kapinski got the rebound out of there. Back to Caxer, drive to the basket. Nice move, up no good. Rebound John Zach. Ash went back the other direction. Looks for help. Corner to Boda. And Boda got fouled.
That's going to be Burke's second, right?
Nicole will go to the line and shoot 2.
3, 10.
That'll bring the first substitute into the game for tonight.
After the first horn, Boda will shoot 2.
Looks like Victoria Keeper ready to check in.
Get that fouls on green number 10. Green number 10.
Victoria Keebler is number 4. And she's a freshman also. Boda will get a second. The Rams lead at 7-4. Make it 8. Now Solomon, nice pass on to the cutting Caxer, but off her hands, and Boda controls it for Highlands. Now Cibula has it. Out to Thomas. 3 ball on the way. It's down. Nia Thomas from the left elbow. And the Rams lead at 11-4.
She has really added that part to her game, Mike. Or also putting the ball on the floor.
Rams have hit 2 from outside the arc tonight.
And she started this year as a freshman, Mike, and she's developing nicely.
Another nice cut there, but Kapinski missed the layup.
Numbers. Highlands got a 3-on-2. Let's see if they take advantage.
Boda stops, pops, scores.
They do.
Timeout. Dave Petruska and the Rams lead it 13-4.
How about that, Mike? Tonight in section we have Hampton and Mars. That's the big one, Mike, because Hampton is 11-0 in section. Mars is 10-1. Again, that first game, Mars won. Hampton won at Hampton. Now we're at Mars. Knock is at Valley tonight. Valley's got only 1 more game to go after this, Mike, and it's been a long year for Jason Kerr and the crew down there. 0-19.
There are only 4 winless teams remaining. Valley is one of them. Hopewell in 2 AAA. They're playing at 11-9 Central Valley tonight. Wilkinsburg is finished. Their last year girls basketball, they finish 0-20. And then Clairton in Section 4 Class A, 0-21. They'll be at 9-11 Jeanette tonight. Valley has to play Knock, and then they play Winchester Thurston on Saturday. That's their 2 chances. Yep. And those are 1 chance. They could beat Knock. Knock's 2-18.
Knock beat them up pretty good the first time.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. That Valley, though, anything can happen there. Love their new gym.
Keebler missed the runner. Yeah, that is beautiful down there. We talked to Muzzy when we were there on Friday night. And And Keebler gets called for the offensive foul. That's 3 team fouls against Deer Lake so far. Highlands has yet to commit one, and the Rams lead it 13-4. Drew Johnsack could not have asked for a better start. The thing is, you never know when everything's set.
Julio Holyball checks in. Nice move by Boda.
It is. And you know, in practical applications, it's 15-4. If Highlands wins and keeps Indiana out, it probably improves their first round opponent.
No doubt about it.
Keeps somebody out of there.
Nice move.
Kaxer missed it as she went to the basket. They battled for it on the floor. Still loose. And it squirts free to the Lancers. Driving shot by Philistine is no good, and Deer Lakes cannot hit the ocean right now. Bridal Pearson making sure that Anna Solomon was all right before they
There's no call.
inbounded. There was no foul, just making sure. Bridal looks like Henry Jefferson from the All in the Family.
Kind of walks like a pin. No, I say walk, I mean.
Here's Beal. Now Boda's three is down.
Sure. Nicole Boda, double figures already, Mike, with 12. Girl on fire.
Highlands 18, Deer Lakes 4. Didn't expect this.
No, sir.
But the problem for Deer Lakes so far is they have just not made any shots out. Finally, a long three is drained by Julia Holobaugh. Off the bench.
Especially, Mike, after you lose by 28 on the road draw.
Clock winding down to 6. Rams got to be aware of it. Ashlyn Johnsack dribbles it in. Back to Thomas. Lets a three go at the buzzer. It's short. And that'll end the first quarter. The late three by Deer Lakes pulls them closer, but Highlands got to be happy with that first period. Highlands 18 and Deer Lakes 7.
Like, again, we're talking about what could happen down the road. If you take a look at the other 4 sections, in first place in Section 2, you have Ambridge 18-3, Blackhawk 15-5, possible opponents for Highlands. And Section 3, it's Derry at 13-7. That's what I think they're going to get. They're tied with Mount Pleasant, so it could be Derry or Mount Pleasant. Section 4, South Park is 16-4, Bronzeville 19-3. And in Section 5, you have South Fayette at 16-3, Trinity at 15-3. So again, if you take a look at the 4th place teams, that's interesting there because Highlands has the best 4th place record of all 4th place teams.
And they're going to play a pigtail.
Yeah, they're in Central Valley is 11-9, and then you have Greensburg Salem. They're 7-14, Mike.
Right.
Elizabeth Ford 8-11, Keystone Oaks 9-12. So beside Highlands, Central Valley's the only other 4th place team with a above 500 record, and depending on what they doing with Highlands,
they could be in that 16-17 game, somewhere in that area. And that's one you wouldn't be too upset with.
Now, I guess what is the 17, 18, 19, 20 play pigtails?
13 plays 20, 14 plays 19, so on and so forth. And then it feeds in. 13 then feeds into the 4, or 4 feeds up to the,
Reset.
Julia Holobaugh almost went the wrong way, Mike.
And that wouldn't have been good. That would have been a Jim Marshall.
She started driving and said, let me readjust my setting. It's not quite halftime yet. We haven't switched back.
No. Here's Solomon, right side to Kaxer. What's the call? Is it a foul on Highlands finally?
Yeah, first one of the day.
Yes, exactly.
It's going to be on Boda. That'll be her first. So Highlands finally on the board with a foul with an 11-point lead. They led it 18-4 before Holobaugh made that big three to finish out the first period.
Philistine checks back into the lineup. 5'8" senior.
Now into the paint for Kopinski. Wrestled away by Highlands. Beal the other way. Beal drives, lays, and scores. First 2 for Kayla. 20-7. Rams by 13.
How does he committed 2 turnovers first quarter, Mike? That's impressive.
High post and Kopinski. Now driving to the basket. With Burke threw a wild one up there, no good. Rams back the other way.
20-7, content to take a little time, I would think, Mike.
That was Philistine that shot that, not Burke. Burke's on the bench with those 2 fouls. Here's Boda. Corner to Thomas. Back out to Johnsack. And Cibula resets things between circles at 6:40 left first half. Highlands 20, Deer Lake 7. Long cross court to Cibula. She had trouble with it. Saves it out to Boda. Rams can afford to be patient here. Johnzak puts it on the floor. Dump down to Beal, kicked it back out. 3 by Cibula's off the back rim, no good. Rebound, Boda got in there. Boda put up a wild one and missed it. It's tipped out of bounds, and Deer Lakes will get it.
Well, it's interesting. Highlands coming averaging 49 a game, but of the 49, we have Ashley Johnzak averaging 17 of those, Nicole Boda averaging 16. So that leaves 16 amongst the other players on the bench and the other 3 starters. So they have to contribute more if they're going to make a run in the playoffs.
Here's Holabaugh. 2 minutes into the second quarter.
And the 20 tonight, Boda has 12.
Hot shooting first quarter for her.
No one else in the lineup with more than 1 basket either. Back door.
Philistine did. Goes baseline for a jumper by Solomon. It's no good, and Cibula has the rebound. I said she had double figures in rebounds in Indiana, and that one right through the 5-hole.
Yeah.
As Thomas couldn't hang on to it.
Look for a more perfect pass to skip between your legs.
Now they go in deep with a nice pass by Solomon, and Caxer with the layup. She has 6, and it's 20-9.
That's a double high stack offense. Like some people run, we run as a delay game. They run as part of their offense. They hit the back door off it.
Now Cibula tries to go back door. It's tipped away, nearly saved, but on the line was Philistine. Highlands will keep it at 5:12 left first half. We talked about the winless. The only unbeaten team is still Norwindine. They are 20-0, coming off the championship a year ago.
Like the senior signs are coming down already. We haven't got the senior.
Happened at Burl the other. I know that's tomorrow. For the boys.
They signed got damaged over there. Lamar and Jameson, they'll be honored tomorrow.
We're going to file against Deer Lakes, and the girls' senior night will be Monday. We'll be here for that one too. That's against Freeport. I almost said Fort City. That can't ever happen.
No.
Holabaugh picked up the foul. It's her first. Team foul number 4 against Deer Lakes. Speaking of Fort City, their boys remain in the books. St. Joe's did not make the playoffs, so that stays at a tie at 13. And some late-night banking hours in Natrona Heights for Johnzak. That's a 2, and it's 22-9. I run that back door again to Caxer, but I'll tell you what, they've lost the handle on that more times than they've made a basket out of it.
6 turnover. Highlands only committed 3, and that's the difference so far. Highlands going to take a timeout, and again, things are going the Golden Rams' way so far. There's no doubt about it. I mentioned Ashlyn Johnzak. Like, she's 5th in scoring locally. Nicole was 6th, the top 4. Natalie Myers from Burl, 22.9. Makeda Lovelace from Leechburg. She's a youngster. I think she's freshman and sophomore. She's averaging 20 a game. Sadie Butcher from Riverview averages 19 a game. And Lizzie Chalco from St. Joe's, I believe she's a senior, averages 17 points a game. So, again, 2 of the top 6 in the AK Valley in scoring on the floor tonight. Both for the Lady Rams.
Speaking of Natalie Myers, she had a big night last night in Burl's 51-36 win at Indiana. Non-section game. Burl ranked number 1 in AA. We saw them win a game up there a couple years ago. Yes. Burl played Indiana girls before we had a boys game against Indiana. I'm looking down the line, Dean. We're going to see them again in the boys playoff. I'm telling you. I could just see that coming.
Indiana Highlands.
Yep.
You know what? Our Section 1 did a pretty good job against them this year.
Yeah, they're not the same team. They had, but they get off to a slow start. That's fouls on Boda. That'll be her second. They get off to a slow start, but they have really picked it up here recently, and they're playing some good basketball up there for Greg Lazanik. By the way, speaking of Indiana, I do not see Dave Woodall. I don't know if he's here. I would have suspected that he might have popped in, but maybe he'll just get the information. It's a long trip down from Indiana. Holabaugh missed a 3, and the Rams have the rebound. Oh, stolen by Kapinski. Kapinski baseline jumpers missed, and a rebound from behind. I think they're going to get Caxer. That's it.
Be her first, team 6. And again, Mike, Highlands does not go as deep as Deer Lakes. Nicole Boda with those 2 fouls has to be careful.
John Zach got it over to Cipolla. Brene's three's on the way. It's off the back rim, tipped around, and Deer Lakes has it. Solomon. 13-point Highlands lead at 4 minutes left first half. Oh, nice pass down low to Kopinski, and she draws the foul.
Too easy that time, Mike, to let him have access to the basket. All right, Thomas going to pick up her first.
They really want to continue that, working those down low. Must have been successful the first time. It's probably why they keep going back at it. Kopinski rattles the first one in. It's 22-10. Dave Petruska played at Mars, didn't he?
Yes.
Sure. Remember that?
So we used to do his games in high school.
Sir.
Mike.
Yes, sir.
They're getting old when the players are now coaching.
That's right. He's young.
We'll give him that.
He is. He's probably not even 30 yet. John Zach steps back. Long three ball off the back rim. They chase it to the corner. Boda had it. Went down. It's Deer Lakes basketball.
Yeah, they call it travel.
There are a few things. I think she might have stepped on the line, too.
6 turnovers apiece now.
Caxer had it. Passed it inside, and Philistine went down, and she draws the foul.
Caleb Bill going to get her first. They said she was in the act of shooting.
Yeah,
Mike.
Philistine's going to shoot a couple here at 3:27.
Both teams perfect from the line so far. Philistine keeps that streak alive.
It's quite a departure from the 8th grade game we saw earlier. I don't want to bring up bad memories for you. You guys did win. I don't want to.
60-18, Mike.
I know, but you have to. As a coach, you got to find something you didn't like, and I think the foul line might have been that.
Yeah, they got to work on it a little bit. Maybe we'll.
How many games you guys lose this year, Dan?
None.
That's correct.
And our 7th grade only lost 1 to of all teams, Deer Lake. So we were a combined 20-1 in our section.
Sweet move by Thomas. Can't get it to go, and the Lancers have the rebound. They've cut it to 9 here. You would expect a run. Kopinski tried to kick it outside, but it's off Highlands out of bounds, and Deer Lakes will try it again. 3:02 left first half.
Julia out.
My last year in coaching, Mike, I'm going out on top.
It's a way to go. Work it inside for Philistine, but it's tipped out of bounds. Good defense that time by John Zach.
I have to split those wins with Joe Lucchino and John Seaver.
That's fine. You guys can share them. Well, Joe needs him. He's just starting.
Yes, he can have it.
And we did his games too.
Yes.
Kopinski had a rim rejection there, and the Rams have it.
He's done a great job working with our big guys, Mike. And
Oh, Boda tried to keep it in. Beal. Oh, and R.J. Rieger head in hands over there. Can't believe the call. He was right there. He said that ball didn't hit the line.
Coach Rigger, as we like to refer to him. But Joe's done a great job with our big guys. And we do got some big ones over there, don't we, Mike?
Oh, you do. Johnny Christ.
And Jacob.
Oh, nice move to the basket by Philistine. Her first basket, 4th point, and all of a sudden it's 22-15.
How about Jacob Weiner? He's a big wide body, and then we got Max Wesley too.
Now a jump ball. Arrow belongs to Highlands at 2:31.
All right, Mike, you look up, it's 22-15 all of a sudden, cut it to 7.
Deer Lakes on an 11-4 run.
Highlands needs a basket, Mike.
Now they get it into Boda. Boda with a head fake. Now with a runner. With the left hand, and down it goes. 14 points for her. It's 24-15.
Nearing an average of 16, Mike. We're not here at halftime yet.
Philistine tried to pop it out top.
By Boda.
Thomas, great save, but then they turn it back. That was a whistle.
Mike, she got shoved into that stanchion over there. I hope she's okay.
3, 4, 5.
And the foul's going to be on Keebler. It'll be your second. Oh, 45, I'm sorry.
Pinsky.
He stopped at 4. I think maybe it was to catch his breath.
They're not shooting.
So it's key in.
Team foul, yep.
Next one, Highlands will go into the bonus. 2:21 left first half. Rams by 9. Beal jumper. Back rim no good. Rebound Solomon. Great rebounding position.
That was a good look, Mike.
Even at 5'3", you can get good position and pull down the board. Solomon looking to distribute. Goes underneath the Caxer. It's off her hand. Oh, what a pass. Philistine gets the basket, and she's on a roll here in the second quarter. All 6 of her points, and it's 24-17.
elbow jumper. She knocks that one down. Back to a 9-point lead.
9-point game. Kopinski dribbled into a double team and travel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like they get to read the seniors for tomorrow, their hobbies. See Lamar McCamey up there in a Texas sweatshirt? Mm-hmm. Guess what one of his hobbies is?
I don't know. What?
Just look at it.
Relaxing.
iPhone.
Okay. That's a hobby?
I'd never heard of that before, huh? He hasn't looked up since he's been up there.
Nia Thomas is fouled. Philistine picks up the foul. That's her first. Then Nia Thomas will shoot.
So you know where we are, Mike, when iPhone is now a hobby.
That's right. Or this is my hobby. First one's no good.
First miss of the evening for either team. Has a double-digit lead if she can't this, which she does. Back to 10. 1:17 here to go in the second quarter.
Out to Philistine now between circles. Now you got a Holobah out top. Tries baseline for Keebler. Shot is missed, but great job by Caxer to get the rebound. Nice shot by Beal to step in front, poke it away. Here's Johnzak back. Johnzak
Nice
to Thomas,
pass.
lays it up
Beautiful.
and scores. Boy, they worked that beautifully. 6 for Thomas.
Thomas positioned perfectly to take that.
38 seconds left of the first half, and the Rams back up to a 12-point lead after Deer Lakes had cut it to 7. Rams on a 5-0 run. Philistine steps back, lets a 3 go. It's off the rim. And Sabul is just going to let it go out of bounds.
Heads up on her part. Eyes to get the last shot. Possession error belongs to Deer Lake. I'd be content to get just one here.
Just
Mike.
get one.
Yep.
Deer Lakes will get the ball to start the second half. They have the arrow.
And we go up double digits either way. 12 or 14. Possibly 15, Mike.
There's Sabul off the glass.
The bank is open again.
With the kiss.
What a way to end the half.
Her
Mike.
first 3 of the night, and the Rams lead at 32-17 at the break.
What a way to end that first half, Mike. 15-point lead for the Golden Rams here at halftime.
All right, so that's it. Highlands 32, Deer Lake 17. We'll have the second half right after this. Halftime at Highlands, the Rams leading at 32-17 in a very impressive first half for the Lady Rams.
Yep, Nicole Boda leads in scoring with 14. Nia Thomas has 6. Renee Sabul with 3. Kayla Bill 4. Ashton Johnzak with 6. Lady Lancers are led by Philistine with 6 and Caxer with 6. Mike, they really haven't done a lot of scoring otherwise.
No, they haven't.
2, Holobah 3. Let's see what Deer Lakes has then, Mike. I said at halftime I didn't think they'd go away. Let's see if
let's see.
They had 1 kick in and they got it down to what, 5 at one time?
It was down to 7, 24-17, and the Rams scored the last 8 points of the first half.
Very impressive.
And they've won 7 out of 10. This is very much a departure from the way they've been playing. And there's a 3 drain by Caxer.
They're going to get started. That's the way to do it, Mike.
I mean, their only losses recently were the 2. They lost to Hampton and Mars. They've won 7 out of 9.
Everybody's lost to Hampton.
Right.
Yep.
So they've beaten everyone else on their schedule. I expect a much more spirited effort in the second half.
It was a hard entry pass that time to Johnzak, and they've done a good job on her, Mike. She's only got 6 points.
And the Lancers do have another game before the playoffs. They're not even using this one as a tune-up. As Johnzak got in there with the left hand and scored. She's got 7. They'll play Oakland Catholic on Saturday at Shadyside Academy in the Cancer Classic at Shadyside. No, nice move to the basket that time by Philistine. She has 8, 34-22.
Deer Lake's going to a 3-2, it looks like now, Mike. Going to make Highlands shoot over the top of it.
Thomas kicked away, literally, into the hands of Alexa Burke, who sat for most of the first half with 2 fouls. And she's a big scorer for them.
8th turnover for the Lady Rams. Long 3.
as Caxer was feeling it after she made the last and missed that one.
That's how you make sure a zone doesn't set up, Mike.
But unfortunately for Ashland, it wouldn't go for her. Here's Solomon back. Now Caxer. Left sides for Solomon. Drives in. Now just going to shoot a foul line jumper from 15 and drain it. First basket for the freshman, Anna Solomon. 34-24. Boda with a head fake. Oh, got blocked by Caxer, and she took it away. Lancers can cut it under double figures now. Burke double dribble.
Yep. 7th turnover. All of a sudden you look up, it's only a 10-point lead, Mike. Cut 5 off here.
Keep working.
Anna Solomon tying her shoe. Refs give her a chance to do that. Boda left elbow. Back out top to Sabula. Boda's open for 3. Here it comes. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, weak side. Put back up by Johnzak, no good. Thomas tried to get it to Boda, but it's out of bounds. It hit Jason Roth, the referee, who was standing out of bounds. And the Lancers get it off the Highlands turnover.
Now, if he was standing inbounds, Mike, that ball would still be in play.
Right, part of the field, I guess you call it.
Yep. 9th Highlands turnover. Deer Lake's only with 7. They're making that run we talked about earlier, Mike. At 5 points into that lead. And I think just changing to that zone defense is throwing Highlands off a little bit here.
Solomon gets a screen from Kopinski. Now they go down low. That's good defense by Sabola. Used her size, got her hands up in the air, and made it a very difficult pass.
Highlands first 3 minutes, Mike, only 2 points. They got to get on the scoreboard here. It's all the 3-2 zone.
Here's Johnzak now with Sabula playing catch out top. Corner to Thomas.
Watch it.
And Johnzak. Looks like a 2-1-2.
Which 20 keeps dropping, Mike.
Okay.
Caxer. She'll come high and then she drops.
Boda is tripped. Foul will be on Philistine. It'll be her second. Deer Lakes fans don't like it, but
chicken or the egg, Mike? That time was the chicken. Debating up there.
They are.
Are they caucusing over the calls there?
There's Thomas with a jumper, and it's good. Yeah, Ted Cruz sent out a tweet and said Deer Lakes went home. I don't understand it. 36-24. They're still here.
Not going away.
No. Here's Burke with a 3. It's down. Alexa Burke's first basket of the night. She had 14 in their victory against Valley on Monday. It's 36-27, back to 9.
The same way, she may be the X factor. She stayed on the bench pretty much the whole first half with 2 fouls. 2 quick ones.
You're good, bro.
Beal back out to Johnzak for 3. It's a grazer.
Go to the left. Thomas.
And now Thomas is fouled.
We got him all.
That'll be on Kopinski. That's her second team foul, second half for Deer Lakes.
Quickly in.
3 out of the corner by Johnzak is missed. And Burke with the rebound. You're right about that X Factor thing.
Head of the pack, Mike.
That's Philistine, and she's fouled.
Good foul.
And the Lancer fans are alive behind us.
5'3" junior Alexa Burke is giving a little spark here, Mike.
Beal picks up the foul. It's her second.
Again, if you're just joining us, Deer Lakes won the first time around 58-30. 28-point beat down, we used to call that, Mike. But Highlands in it tonight, leading by 9. Sabola, nice job digging that out of the corner. Highlands got numbers, Mike, 3 on 2.
Johnzak all the way to the hoop, lays it up, missed it. There's a lot of contact there. There was no call. Lancers have it.
Back the other way quickly.
Here's Philistine. Driving in, put it up, got fouled. Rams keep shutting the clock off. 3:26 left third quarter, Highlands by 9.
You don't want to do that with the lead, Mike.
No.
White, 20.
We've been down this road before.
Johnzak picks up the foul. They're even at 2 apiece now, second half. And this is Philistine, who just missed 2 a moment ago. And there she drains it. She's got 9. Along with Taxer.
20.
Is good by Philistine. She has 10. Drew Johnzak wants a timeout. 3:26 left of the third quarter, and Deer Lakes has cut it back to 7, 36-29.
Back to that tipping point, Mike, we talked about earlier. Deer Lakes had an interesting beginning of the year, Mike. They won one, they lost one. They won one, they lost one. They won one, as you see the repetitions, they were 5-4 at one time. They lost their opener, Armstrong, beat Butler, lost to Borough, beat Indiana, lost to Keystone Oaks, beat Knox, lost to Hampton, beat St. Joe's, and Freeport.
And guess what they did? They did the same thing the Highlands boys did. They won the St. Joe's tournament.
They were the winners, and then they went on to lose to Mars. Again, Dana Petrushka beat her son 49-29, but then they kind of motivated. They went on a 6-game tear. They beat Shadyside Academy, Valley, Highlands, Indiana, Avonworth, and Knox. But you mentioned they lost 2 of the last 3. Mom got them again, this time 68-40. And Hampton beat them. They beat up on Valley the other day, and they find themselves here in a dogfight in their last Section 1 AAA matchup of the year, trailing Highlands 36-29.
Dana at Mars is 15-5. David at Deer Lakes is 12-7. And brother Jimmy, who is the coach of the St. Vincent girls team, is 10-10. They're all 500 at least. 37-22 for the 3 of them. 627 winning percentage. And Dad just takes credit for all of it, right, Jim? That's how he does it?
Jimmy's up there smiling.
So Deer Lakes, switch of defense here in the second half, has turned the tide a bit. The Rams need a basket.
Nice pass.
They go to Thomas. Thomas in a little bit of trouble down there. Kicked it back out to Boda. Out top Sabula. 3 ball off the front rim. Remember Sabula's 3 to end the first half. Think of where they'd be otherwise.
It was big. How's going to get possession there, Mike?
Arrow belongs to the Rams. With 3:03 left third quarter. Boda drives in, left-handed, missed it. Sabula on the weak side,
Nice job.
5 points for Renee, 38-29. The Rams break a mini run.
Supporting cast chips in with 18 to go with Johnzak's 8, Boda's 14.
Taxer, back to Solomon. Now Burke for 3 off the front rim, but it comes right to Kopinski. Kopinski goes in, blocked by Thomas, but fouled by Thomas at 2:27.
Anytime they say I'm going forward, Mike, they assume you're going to get some part of the body. That's why he always teaches kids to go straight up. Don't put that hand forward.
That's 2 on Thomas. Boda has 2, so does Beal. Kopinski missed the first.
I just made a substitution yet, Mike.
Dean, they have not.
Nope.
They are going with the same 5 Ironmen. Kopinski, all 3 of her points from the foul line. It's 38-30. Deer Lakes inching ever closer here at 2:20 left third quarter.
You wonder if that takes its toll eventually, too, Mike.
Beal with a 12-footer off the rim. Rebound, Philistine. The Lancers have hit 3 different girls in.
Yep.
2, I'm sorry.
If you get a stop here, Mike, you might want to take a little air out, especially they're going to sit back in that zone. Pull them out, make them play your man, take some time in the process.
Oh, Philistine. Ball popped away, and Beal takes it back the other way. Beal lays it in.
Unless you can do that.
6 points for Kayla. 40-30, Highlands by 10.
We saw the philosophy almost backfire on the boys Friday night at Borough, huh?
Yeah. Philistine. Now they do. They go backdoor, and that's Taxer, but Boda just took it away.
Number 3 on 2, but she's going to pull it out. I think it's a good idea.
You're in it, Ken.
Out top to Sabula.
Just make them come get you.
Now Boda just pass it around the perimeter. That's all you have to do. You stand there and hold it on your hip.
Yeah, exactly.
They're in a zone. You don't even have to. You're not even being guarded.
Come on back, Renee. Just come on back and pull it out.
Beal looked at the basket. Now Johnzak's 3 is off the rim. Rebound Deer Lakes.
Good look, Mike.
Didn't like the way Philistine came down that time. Looked like she might have been a little gimpy.
If your leading scorer is that look, Mike, you want to take that one.
Here's Burke. 10-point game. 50 seconds left of the third quarter. Philistine looks for help and now worked it over to Solomon. Got shut off nicely by John Zach. Now jumping by Philistines off the back rim. Tipped around, Caxer hit her on the head. And John Zach has it for Highlands. Oh, John Zach, nice pass to Beal, but it won't go.
Yeah, it's a tough pass. And then
Burke is fouled by Highlands, backcourt.
John Zach gets caught with her hand in the cookie jar. 4 of the 5 starters have 2 fouls now, Mike. Pavlik, anyone has not had a foul. Here's your 8th player checking in.
Eva Sipko
for Deer Lakes Lancers.
She's a sophomore. All the other subs have been freshmen so far. 22 seconds. Deer Lakes with the ball and the arrow, down by 10. This could be a big 2 possessions for them. Caxer drives baseline all the way under and scores. First Lancer into double figures with 11, and it's 40-32. Now John Zach, right side to Boda. Stops, pops. A lot of contact, and now the foul is called.
Way after
very late.
Yeah. I think Drew talked him into that one.
Alexa Burke picks up her 3rd at 2 seconds left third quarter. And Boda will go to the line and shoot a pair. Dave Petruska wants to ice Nicole now. 2 seconds left of the third quarter.
There we go, back-to-back times here, Mike. Already in the playoffs in our area, it's us, Deer Lakes, and interesting down in Singway, Mike. Riverview beat St. Joe's to clinch a playoff spot. Now Leechburg plays at St. Joe's for the last playoff spot.
It's going on across the street tonight.
Winner is in, loser is out.
Yep. Jaron Steele's here from the Valley. We were discussing that at halftime. And they're just, of course, they're behind because we started early because of no JVs.
Yep. Burrow also local team to lock up a playoff spot. Apollo Ridge. They're all in. Said it once, Bears repeating. The Borough Lady Bucks, #1 in AA.
They got shot again. I mean, problem is they run into a private school somewhere along the line, and that takes care of it.
Yeah, the one year we had a public school champ, remember, Mike?
That's right.
State of Pennsylvania.
2 years ago. There's Boda. Her 15th point of the night.
Canada got knocked off, and another Cat school got knocked off last week to put them in #1. Boda talks that second one in.
She's got 16 for Highlands. And there we go. The third quarter comes to an end. Highlands with a 10-point lead. They led by 15 after 2, and now lead at 42-32.
Deer Lakes outscored them 15-10 that quarter, Mike. As we head to the fourth, we said they'd have 1 kick in them. That's 15 to cut it down to a 5-point lead. Highlands with a 10-point lead. Simple trivia question for you, Mike. Simple in the fact that it requires a name only. It's not a multiple choice one, so or multiple levels.
Okay.
Deer Lakes playing here tonight. They won a PIA championship in 1985. They came back from like the biggest deficit at halftime in PA history, 17 points down. They defeated Palmyra 45-43. Who was the coach?
Don Favero.
Michael.
Huh?
How'd you know that?
I knew that.
That happened in 1985. You were still in diapers then.
I knew that.
Where did Don Favero? Okay, want to be a wise guy? Let's see how.
Springdale boys.
He was there, but where did he end his career?
He did girls again. Was it Leechburg?
No, it was way down. We always ask the question, do they have a football team?
Was it Geibel?
Yeah, Geibel.
How about that?
The Geibel.
How about that?
He was actually a principal down there too, Mike. He had a long career.
You know what I liked about him?
Good guy.
Was because he always had he had a great stat package that he would give us when he was down at Springdale. Stats on everybody, and I mean, I thought it was tremendous. It was stuff that we didn't get everywhere.
A student of the game, and he had a great sense of humor too. Very dry sense.
By the way, halftime, Leechburg 26, St. Joe's 24.
Maybe we go over and catch the end of that one,
Or maybe not.
Oh,
There's that's a 2 by Philistine. Boy, you wondered was it a 3, and then you wondered was it a foul, but
Right.
it's 42-35. 42-34 it should be. There we go.
Yep, they fixed it.
Now Boda, baseline got shut off.
Kerry Quarter's doing solo tonight.
He is. He's got a lot of work to do over there tonight.
Bill Heasley, hope he's doing well.
See it, Jess. See it, Jess. Nothing inside, Jess.
John Zach plays catch with Sabula out top. Now Beal. Again, with this lead, pull him up. I wouldn't shoot it. I wouldn't even look to go in.
No, why should you?
Why bother?
Especially after you lost by 28 out there, Mike. Why give him a chance?
I'd stand out there with the ball under my arm and make him come out.
You don't see that much anymore, do you? Oh, there you
That's
go.
a foul from behind, and that's on Sipko.
And they got a lot of those to give, Mike. You know that.
They do. That's only their 4th at 6:40 remaining. And when you're behind like this, you kind of want to get it up there.
Which again means ratchet up the pressure.
And a steal off the inbound. The Lancers have it.
10th Highlands turnover. Deer Lakes only has 9.
Philistine. Right in front of us. 6.5 to go. That's Burke with a runner. Missed it. Rebound Highlands. Thomas. 42-34. Your prediction about the game being in the 40s, I think, is looking pretty good. Cross court to Beal. Now to John Zach.
Pressure, Green, pressure.
Now they're stepping out a little bit, Mike. Still in the zone.
That's Beal. Off the rim. Rebound Thomas had it, lost it. Into the hands of
She got slapped right in the face.
Boda, and she got hammered. And she'll shoot a couple with 5:52 remaining.
Green, 20.
Caxter got their money's worth on that one.
She
Mike.
did indeed. Rams trying to clinch their first winning season since 2010. Well, they've made the playoffs since then. They last made the playoffs in 2011, but that's the year everybody made it.
Right.
So they had a losing record. But 2010 is the last time they were a winning season, and that would be clinched then. If they win tonight, they'll be 12-9. One more regular season game. Boda makes 2. She has 18, and the Rams back up by 10, 44-34. They led by 14 in the first quarter. And 15 at the break. 3 fired up by Burke is no good. They battle for it on the floor. And our first true jump ball of the night.
They go to Highlands. You have that 10-point lead, Mike. That make them pull. Come out and get me.
And they seem to be a little bit more aggressive than they have been out of it, but still. Sabula plays catch with John Zach out top.
Pressure, Green, pressure.
Now the ball was tipped, but a good job that time by Beal to chase it down. Now Beal's going to take a jumper from 15. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, Philistine.
Those are good looks, Mike. Got to take them.
Right off the wing. Burke. Sipko left side, all the way to the basket. And Thomas with a block, and Sabula chased it down in the corner. Timeout Highlands.
Drew John's not going to take a timeout, Mike. They have the pressure on. You want to back it off and talk things over. And again, we talk about seeding, and I said coming in, I thought that Highlands would be a 13 seed and play Derry. That would
If
make
you're
Derry,
13, you play 20.
well, okay, then 13 would be 20, and then they get to play Derry. How's that?
No, they wouldn't. They would play, if you went out of the 13, you play the 6?
13 normally plays 4.
13 would play 4, right.
Yeah. So, am I right then?
Well, I don't think that. Derry, right now in the rankings, Derry's 10th.
But do I have 13 and 4 right?
Yes, you
So
do.
13 plays 20.
The fourth team in the rankings right now is South Park.
So you had us playing a pigtail, right? Mm-hmm. So could put
And
us
if
at 13
they won that
against
game at
20.
13 against 4, would be right now. See, they have Derry is ranked all the way at 10th. Even though they're in first place, they're not going to get one of the top 4
No,
seeds.
that's what I figured. But as long as I got the first part right,
Yeah,
we can win.
I'm figuring pigtail. I don't know. I can't see at 12. I think a lot of that has to do too with if you haven't been in a while, they might put you down. But you have 2 really strong teams in this section, and that's always taken into account.
You might get Nicole Thomas on this one, Mike. Yep.
Is that 3?
There's her third.
Okay. That's 5 on Highlands' second half. Deer Lakes also has committed 5. No one's in the bonus yet. There's 4:44 to go, and Highlands has 44 points. And Deer Lakes has 34.
Something symmetric about
There's something. You're a numbers guy.
There you go. Back door.
Baseline, beautiful feed. And there's Mackenzie Kaxer. Her first basket of the fourth quarter, 44-36.
And guess what? Pressure the ball now, Mike.
And they're man-to-man.
Yep. So Highlands got what they wanted. Now let's take advantage of it.
And you can even hear the girls saying pressure. They're instructed. Oh, great.
Mike.
Philistine got the foot in it. You know, that's the second time that's happened. The last time they kicked it, like I said, they kicked it free literally over by the doors there.
Yeah.
They did, literally. And Drew Johnzak asking, same thing. Deer Lakes has the arrow. And they get the basketball with 4:10 to go. They lead by 8. This is still not out of hand.
Big trip for the Lancers.
And there's a 3 out of the corner, and it's drained by Hollabaugh, her second one of the night. Off the bench for the freshman, and it's 44-39.
Here comes the Lancer fans.
Boda, now they run the weave up top. Johnzak, still no substitutions for Highlands. Johnzak with a runner, off the rim. Johnzak got the rebound and got fouled.
Yep.
Now she just would not be denied there, just kept taking it to the basket.
I think they're going to get Hollabaugh. 13, no, they're going to give it to Philistine. She looked like she went straight up, but Johnzak goes to the line. Mike, big free throws on the line here. She has 8 coming in. Big foul shot there. Put Highlands back up by 6.
National get a second. Around no good. 1 out of 2. Here come the Lancers down 6. Still within range. The hopes are still alive in Indiana, the Christmas tree capital of the world.
2-possession game.
Again, if Indiana does get in, Highlands is still in the playoffs. That's not an issue. No, beautiful backdoor to Philistine.
Too easy.
45-41. 9-3 fourth quarter so far for Deer Lakes.
Highlands up by 15, but you knew Deer Lake could have a kick in them, Mike.
Boda tried to use a screen. Now off the roll. That's Johnzak. Beautiful execution of that one. Ashland into double figures with 10, and it's 47-41.
6-point lead now.
Kaxer used a screen, but Johnzak got out on it, and she was thrown by it.
Yep.
Ashland worked through the pick, spun off of it, and was right in Kaxer's face. She put it back on the floor and turned it over.
10 turnovers for each team now, Mike. Highlands gets the ball.
And that's the stuff away from the ball that you talk about that doesn't have anything to do with scoring. That was just a great play by Johnzak right there.
Doesn't show up on any stat, Mike, but it's a big play in this game so far.
Johnzak used a Sabula screen. Now goes baseline. Oh, what a beautiful move.
Right down, bro.
She took it over on those last 2 trips, one defensively and one offensively. 49-41. Just tremendous. Philistine deep on the left wing. Drives in, took it to the basket, and draws the foul.
Nia Thomas going to pick up her 4th, Mike. Bring the first sub in of the evening.
That's 3 on Beal.
Oh, they changed the foul, Mike. I thought it was Nia. Well, that's not going to bring the first sub in then.
Philistine hits the first. She has 15 points, 49-42.
Caitlin Brokowski ready to check in for Nia Thomas, but since they gave the foul to Bill, she doesn't have to.
Philistine made them both. It's 49-43.
She's got 16.
Back to 6. Another kick.
There's your kick.
They use that as a part of their defense.
There's no doubt about it.
And with no shot clock in the, we've talked about this many times, with no shot clock in the high school game, what's the harm?
No, you're right.
They've changed. They don't recycle it all the way in college. Now they put it to 15 if you're under that. But Here's Thomas. Kicked again.
That's okay. You touched both hands. It's not over and back.
Boy, I thought Philistine kicked it into the backboard.
Right. I agree.
Am I wrong about this?
I agree. And then once it hit Johnzak, hit a Deer Lakes player, hit Johnzak, then went in the backcourt. But again, to me, nobody had possession.
Well, to me, it should have been a kick ball if there's no possession, just a deflection. Well, anyway, here are the Lancers. They can get right back in it now. Less than 2 to go. Burke.
Try that back door one more time. Let's see.
That's their bread and butter, obviously. I have no idea who he was picking, who he chose. Okay, it's Deer Lakes ball. He put it both ways. Kapinski. Out top to Burke. Left side, 3 ball is off the rim as Hullabaugh let it go, but it's Caxer on the weak side. Back to Hullabaugh, and she's not bashful for a freshman.
Oh, there you go, Mike. Out of bounds. She's a designated 3-point shooter. 11 turnovers apiece. That's a big one now. When do they start the foul, Mike?
That's a good question. Both teams have 6, so we'll be shooting one-on-ones here.
One thing about our girls, Mike.
I know that was awful close. Now goes past. Turnover by Highlands. Different pages together. 1:33 to go.
And some refs would call it over and back. You know that?
Yes. There was one in your game today that I thought was a little iffy.
We had 4 mics there.
We had the Jarasinskis were there.
And then me and you working the book and the clock. All the officials were Mike.
Here's Burke. 1:15 to go. I'll say this, if they hit a 3 now, they're not going to foul at all. They're only 1 possession down, there's no reason.
Yep.
Here's Burke. And Dave Petruska just, he's going to call a timeout. He didn't like what was going on. Burke was just pounding the ball out center circle, wanted her to run the play. I'm not sure if she knew what it was, and that's what you have timeouts for. You might as well use it, take it. 1:03 to go, 49-43, and this is a big defensive trip for Highlands.
And again, just joining us, Highlands had a 15-point halftime lead. Deer Lakes ahead of them in the section. They're locked in 3rd place no matter what. This game realistically doesn't mean anything to the standings, but as we said in the pregame, it does mean something to the seedings. And Deer Lakes, it would just be nice for Highlands to get that notch in their belt, beating somebody above them so far. They haven't done that this year. They lost twice to Hampton, twice to Mars, and once to Deer Lakes. And again, Monday we'll be joining you for senior night, and that game will be an exhibition against Freeport. When those 2 teams get together, Mike, you can take the word exhibition out. They get right at each other.
I think you're going to see next year when everything changes and they put everything into a hat and basically pick it all out. After they get the sections figured out, I think what you'll see is a lot of your local rivalry games in all the sports played non-section wise and non-conference wise, and because especially if you look at football, you're going to have some football conferences with 6 and 7 teams in it. Most of your schedule is going to be non-conference.
I'm not getting upset till it happens.
Until you see it?
Yeah,
I'm not either.
Well, I'm going to be upset, but let it happen.
Yeah, let it happen.
I don't know what to be upset about.
Exactly. Something will be wrong.
Yep.
All right, here are the Lancers with the basketball. Less than a minute to go. They trail by 6.
Sometimes they're better off leaving well enough alone, Mike.
I think that's what they should do. Kapinski, another back door, and
not this time.
Solomon couldn't get it to go.
They got the shot they wanted, Mike. Now they're going to foul.
Yeah.
There you go.
And now you're basically 3 possessions down. You're 2 with 2 threes, but now you just got to lengthen the game.
Sounds like with Philistine, Mike. She continues to limp there. I think she injured herself earlier.
She picked up the foul there, and she has 4. And they put Hullabaugh back in there. They're playing offense-defense with Kapinski.
Johnzak with a dozen now. Going to shoot the one-on-one.
23.
In and out. Rebound, Deer Lakes. Still a chance. Out deep. This is Hullabaugh.
She's a 3-point shooter.
Brought it back out. Now Solomon goes cross-court to Burke. She'll shoot it. Puts it on the floor. Good defense by Sabula to shut that down. It's Highlands ball. That's another one that won't show up in the box score.
Yep.
Renee Sabula does a ton of little things too. They need to foul
You
here.
do not want to foul the Nicole Boda.
Well, they got to foul
decide
somebody.
to,
They don't have any choice.
Yep.
There's only 19 seconds to go.
Smart idea for Boda to keep the ball in her hands. We might be smelling upset now.
Maybe. I don't know. We sure it's an upset? Did you get the line?
Well, when you get beat by 28 the first time around, this is an upset.
Dean, I agree. I'd say that's true.
It's a big turnaround.
And Boda, pure with the first one.
And it's a nice win going to the playoffs, too, Mike. She has 19.
It's a nice one to post.
Yep.
Dave Petruska calls timeout. I don't think you should be allowed to call timeout in the middle of a two-shot foul when the other team's on the foul line.
Well, they're there, Mike.
They basically have the basketball. I don't think that the other. I've never thought that was right.
Well, you're making sense.
I just don't. I mean, you get the ball, call timeout.
And when you make sense, and a lot of times when it comes to the rules, that doesn't make sense.
19 seconds to go. Highlands 50. Deer Lakes 43. Leechburg after 3, 40. St. Joe's 34 across the street. Winner is in, the loser is out. Riverview leading Springdale 41-21.
And this, Mike, could be a shutout of St. Joe's in the playoffs. That hasn't happened for a while.
It really hasn't, and the boys team 13 in a row, and they will remain tied now as they did not make it with Ford City, and Ford City stays in the record books. It's the only way they can do it because they can't do anything about it themselves now.
I wonder who gets the streak now.
I don't know who has the longest streak now. We'll have to effort to find that out. Actually, I could probably do it. It'll just take a while.
As an effort means called George Guido.
Yeah, we'll see. Boda makes them both.
Why do it the hard way? He has 20. Great.
It's not the Highlands boys. They're only at 2. Solomon's three's off the rim. Rebound put back up and in by Philistine. 10 seconds to go. It's 51-45 and still not out of the woods yet.
You mentioned Dave Petruska being young, Mike. He has no place to go.
No, he does not. But the thing is, it's early.
He has to take a time out.
Yes. I mean, it's only 8:15. You got to remember, we haven't had, with no JV game tonight. The game started at 7, so
we were the first ones in the gym.
We were. That's 2 times in a row.
First to the Armstrong 7th and 8th grade team.
Right.
We were going to go to Arby's for dinner. We pull up. There's a busload of kids. We'll pass on that. But you got a pretty.
I lucked out. Well, you decided to do Subway because that was going to be good, and I didn't think I was going to have time to eat it. So, but I lucked out because there was a swim meet across the hall, and they had the full Monty out there with food. They had penne. They had all kind of great stuff, and they also had J&S pizza for $1 a slice, Dean.
Yeah, beat that.
That was a touchdown, and I'm still going to need some more sustenance when I get home, but that was a good tide me over.
I was going to have those free cupcakes, but that was for the swim team.
Ah, darn it. Boda's fouled backcourt by Philistine.
I think that was their meet, too.
Yeah, it was. 8 seconds to go.
And, Mike, we haven't had a chance to talk about swimmer out there for the girls. I just want to mention real quick, Bailey Bonnet. We wanted to get her on, but she's so darn busy in the pool. This girl's headed to the Olympics, Mike. That's an amazing story.
And that's tremendous.
Let's pick this up on Monday.
Okay, let's do that.
Box out and be quick.
So Philistine walks the plank with 18 points. Boda at the line is good with the first one.
Maybe we can talk to coach and to give her some time out of the pool.
Yeah.
Get in with us. The coach is her aunt, by the way. So
that works.
That could be easy or hard.
22 points for Nicole Boda. 53-45. I think this one's pretty much safe now. Over to Hall of Ball. Here comes a 3. It's short. Kopinski is fouled with 0.8 of a second to go. Not exactly what Renee Sabula wanted to do. And then again, I'm not exactly sure that she did, but
they're going to hold at 53.
So the Rams are going to pull this one off. They're going to go to 12-9. They'll clinch that first winning season since 2010. Deer Lakes will drop to 12-9. Highlands 6-6, and the practical matter is that Indiana will miss the playoffs. There will only be 20 teams in the AAA draw, pending the result of tonight's Elizabeth Forward-Bell Vernon game. Missed them both, and that's going to wrap it up. And the Lady Rams have won it 53-45. Dean, you and I are 3-0 this year.
How about that? Nice to see with the girls. And again, they up 15 at the half. They held on to win by 8. It's a great win for them after losing by 28 meet on the road, beat somebody above them, Mike. That's just going to help them out when it comes to seeding.
And we'll see the ladies again on Monday night against Freeport. Let's thank everybody that helped out. Chuck DeBoer for letting us in the building. Ricky Saffer upstairs, thank you. Once again, that final score. Highlands